Hello, folks. If you're like me, you're always looking for good options for watches that don't necessarily break the bank. And if you're like me, tends to be a little bit on the cheap side. You're always looking for great design, and the bottom line, it doesn't actually cost too much money, right? So, given that I have interest in both inexpensive watches and great looking watches, Um, I've been interested in seeing how I can do uh, in finding watches under $20. Um, I have to say, I'm not necessarily versed in the history of horology to really know um, how original designs I'm looking at are, but there is a lot that catches my eye in this price range. So um, I decided to go ahead and buy a couple of those watches. And since it's been difficult for me to actually find watches in this price range um, being reviewed, I'm going ahead and actually doing these YouTube videos to share with people who are either on a budget and really need a watch that looks good, or are looking to expand their collection, but they're not looking to spend too much money. Um, so yeah, um, I'm gonna call these whatever I show you the best watches. Um, Even though it's hyperbolic, I know it's an exaggeration, but I am gonna define the best watches. I'm gonna give it a particular definition. Best watches is what's best for me, my eye, my wrist size, and what I think looks cool, and of course, what's best for my budget. That being said, let's go ahead and check out what I got recently from AliExpress. Um, I don't think I've seen this watch reviewed out there recently. Um, well, actually, I haven't seen it reviewed at all. I've been keeping my eye on this for a good while on Ali. And then when they had a recent sale, I went ahead and picked this watch along with a few others at a really pretty good price. Judging by how they look, um, I'm not sure if I can vouch for the reliability, especially since this is a box on opening that I'm doing for you guys. I haven't had a chance to wear it and give you guys details about how it wears, how reliable it might be. But I look forward to doing that for you in the near future. That's what I want. I want to actually do these videos, show you how you know how well you can do as far as design is concerned, um, with watches under 50, 30, $20. Um, and Yeah, see how much fun you can have with it, with the hunt in that way. If you're a watch collector, you know that like looking for the next piece is quite fun. Sometimes it's kind of anticlimactic when you find it. I'm not a world class watch collector. I have been collecting watches for a better part of my life, though. Sometimes more than others. So I do have an eye for watches. So with that being said, let me show you the Guanqing 16212. As you guys see, the usual manual, unsigned warranty card, one of these little cloths for you to clean it, and boom, there you have the Guanqing watch. See here, pretty handsome looking watch if you ask me. Open heart, has a moon dial, 24-hour sub dial, and you know what? It's automatic. So yeah, automatic. Um, Gorgeous looking dial. Great looking polish on the case. Gorgeous, gorgeous looking polish. Overall, great look. The leather on the band, um, I'd say it doesn't feel as, it's not the most supple leather on this. But it actually does look great, though. I have to say that has a great looking color. It looks like it will go great with jeans or slacks. To be honest with you, and look at that. I think it's an escapement. I actually asked a friend of mine. I wasn't sure. I know it's not a tourbillon. Tourbillon would not be found. An original tourbillon would not be found on this price range. Um, at least as far as I know up to this point. And I've seen this watch listed as a tourbillon watch, but this isn't a tourbillon. I have run it before, so I know that like the sub dial works. I know that the both sub dials work well. You have a sign movement in the back, pretty handsome looking, if you ask me. Look like they're trying. They're trying to show that they're putting out quality, although that's to be seen. I mean, given the price, you know that you're not getting world class quality, but you're getting, for the price that you're getting, I'd say you're getting pretty awesome combination of materials that make you feel satisfied. That's the word I might use for this watch in particular. It's a 42 millimeter case. Um, Apparently, 30 meters water resistance also. Um, like I said, it's an automatic. It doesn't self wind. It doesn't, I mean, manually wind, but it winds with the movement of your arm. Um, when you if you don't have a winder, you are gonna have to give it the old good old Seiko shake to get it going and put it in time. And for this watch, given its sub dials, you may just want to keep it running. That and because this, I was reading the manual to see if I could get like a sense of how much power reserve it had. And it's interesting because I think it stated that if you haven't worn it for a while, if it hasn't had a full wind, if you don't wear it for more than 8 hours, apparently like you'll start noticing that it's slowing down. So I think that you have to give it a full wind. And if I go by what the manual tells you, um, it gives you a 36-hour power reserve. Um, so interesting. I'm not sure what to tell you. The other thing that you might be seeing as the light hits it in a particular way there is that it has these blued hands. It's really difficult for me to show you blued hands without like glaring too much glare, but honestly this style for the price it's just absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So what else can I tell you about this? um I think that's it. 24-hour dial. It's got a perpetual, what they say, it's perpetual moon, but it's a sundial too. It tells you what when day and when night is. Um, That open case back is pretty impressive given the price. So the price, I think that's all that I need to really like tell you, so that the full picture comes together. So this is under $20. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 15 to $18 normally, but in this sale I ended up getting it for 14 and change, including shipping, believe it or not. Yes, it was a fabulous find for the price. Um, let's see. I'll put it on. Fits well. 42 millimeter for my wrist. Works very well, as you can tell. Very well. It's a very handsome watch. I think, like I said, for work and for play, you can't get it too wet, but I imagine you will get compliments. I imagine you will. I've seen another variation of this watch that's also an automatic, but that watch goes for closer to $60. It includes a perpetual calendar complication, like right at the 12 o'clock area. And I think it also has other complications that are different from this watch. It has a completely different movement, I imagine. Given the change, how the price difference. So well, guys, here we are. Guanquin 11. I'm sorry, the 16212 16212, purchased on AliExpress. I know you could still find it. I actually I've seen it in my like list. It's still there. All right. So yeah, guys, be expecting more views, more videos from me. Like I said, I'm gonna be hunting for good designs, good deals for under $20. I like quality. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like quality. And if I buy something that I'm showing you, I'll show you, it's likely to be quality. I'm probably going to skip out on show you stuff that I think is crap, unless for whatever reason I'm on the border and think that maybe some of you might want to check it out. But for the most part, I do start with how things look, but I care that you're getting some specs that you can live with. And for this one, the spec that you can live with is you're getting an automatic movement for under $20. An automatic move for 20. How long it's gonna last? I can't tell you, but that's what this is about. This is adventure. I'm putting this video on YouTube is about showing you now. In a few months, I'll come back and I'll show you how it's running, how well it's worked for me, and then who knows? Maybe in 2 years, I come back and I said, who says that an inexpensive Chinese watch isn't worthwhile? We'll see. We will see. This is not stainless steel. This is stainless steel coated, as far as I understand. And I think it's got a tungsten. It's actually tungsten material, which is brittle and can break. So those are the things that we're gonna be, keeping an eye on. I baby my watches, so I don't expect it. I don't expect to put it through some um, trials and tribulations that will, tell me whether or not it'll break. But within normal use, it breaks. We know that it might. We know depending on how long, we know whether it's worth it or not. Anyway, it's me, B Dope. Be on the lookout for more dope deals. Who says you can't look good without having to actually like postpone buying a house or a car or getting engaged or buying your parents that world. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter world trips right now, but yeah, I mean, another reason that I'm making these videos is because I love watches and I respect the legacy watchmakers. And I think that this kind of watch for sure can't exist without them. But I'm glad that alternatives exist. I am really glad that alternatives exist because otherwise, people that like something like this, like watches, would be left out of the fun. So yeah, props to Guanqin, all the way from my part of the world. All right, y'all. Till next time, be well, be good, keep something on the wrist.